After we prepared our system to run PowerShell scripts, we can use at least one of two ways to run them. We can either type the name of the script or use the call operator ampersand and follow that by the name of the script. We have to ensure we include the path of the directory where we store the scripts if we didn't update our path variable to include the directory in the path variable already. For example, $env::path equals $env::path plus quotation mark semicolon C colon backslash PS scripts double quotation mark. Now that we know how to run a script, we can run scripts we downloaded from the internet or we got from colleagues. However, inevitably, we will come to face with problems that there are no existing scripts can resolve, and that is when we will have to create our own script. When that time comes, it is nice that we have the PowerShell integrated scripting environment, ISE, to make lives easier for us. There are quite a few nice, helpful features in the PowerShell ISE. IntelliSend, snippets, color encoding, and error indicator are just some of the common ones we can use. There are two main types of scripts. First type is regular scripts that contain commandlets with a file extension .ps1, and we can use constructs. Second type is what is called function. Technically, a function is not a script unless we save it with the .ps1 file format. We can create a function for the current session to accomplish task, and it will disappear once we close the session if we don't save it for reuse in the future. There is particular syntax for creating a function, but we don't have that for regular scripts. We have to declare the function with a name, and we should stick with the approved verb dash prefix singular noun format to name functions. Similar to regular scripts, we can use constructs, and we can create new parameters. To view a function, we can use either $function : followed by the name of the function, for example, $function : help, or use get-content -path function : backslash and the name of the function. For example, get-content -path function : \help. We use get-content commandlet to view the content of a file. To see a list of all the available functions, we use get-command -command type function or get-child item function : There are two syntaxes for creating a function, and the main difference between them is where we place the declared parameters. We can either place them outside of the curly brackets and close the parameters with parentheses, or place the parameters inside the curly brackets. Both work the same, so there is no restriction as to which one to use. The simplest syntax of creating a function is the word function, followed by the name of the function. Adding parameter is optional, and we place a commandlet, constructs, or other PowerShell statements inside curly brackets. We should include the name of the function at the end of the function, making it part of the function itself. This is to call the function into action when we run it. Snippet is a tool in PowerShell ISE for scripting. It is basically different templates for different scripts, functions, and even workflow jobs. We can find snippet in the Edit section of the menu in PowerShell ISE, or we can start it with the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+J. When we write a script, there are a few things we should keep in mind. First, we should always use pound and angle bracket, pound, pound, angle bracket for remarks and comment block to document our scripts, and even create comment-based help file for our scripts. We hit the Enter key to move from one line to the next, and there is nothing we need to do if the commandlets are not connected. However, if we have a long PowerShell statement that I'm putting together an one-liner with several commandlets with the use of pipe, then we have to consider placing pipe, semicolon, or backtick, grave accent at the end of the line, or else PowerShell would not interpret them properly. There are quite a few constructs that we can use. We actually used some of them when we discussed batch files with command prompt. We'll start with do, which instructs PowerShell to keep doing something until it is told to stop or while certain condition is true. While is another construct that will keep doing something while certain condition is true. We have to be aware of creating infinite loop with this. So pay attention to the exit condition and make sure it can come true at some point. With for each, PowerShell is looping through a list of objects and running commandlets on each object. There is a commandlet named for each dash object commandlet, and its alias is also called for each. We use the commandlet when we need to pipe the output to another commandlet. The if or if else construct is doing logical comparison to determine what action to take. If true, do this, else do that. The script construct will list out options for users to choose. These are just few of the constructs that we can use. We might actually create scripts that do not employ any of these constructs at all.